Have you ever had a weird goal, an odd place to get to, a place that most people wouldn't think about going to? Well, I had one of those places to go. There has been a cafe on my list of places I have been wanting to get to for a very long time. Here is the story of how I made it to the Peacham Cafe. This all begins in 2020 and 2021. We're in the throes of the pandemic, coming out of it, and I had discovered what YouTube is. The almighty algorithm had blessed upon me a cat video, and I'm a cat dad. I've had 4 cats in my life. There was Kiki, rest in peace. There is Dove, Bunny, and Jack. The algorithm showed me a video of a little gray tabby called Little Barn Cat. This little thing unfortunately got hit by a car, and its owner, Morgan Gold of Goldshaw Farms, made a video about it. And he's been making videos about his farm for years, even before Little Barn Cat was there. Morgan, as a creator, is a great influence. He's done some very good work.
Release the Quackens!
Little Barn Cat, though, is really starting to live the life. She absolutely loves sitting by the fire. She practically bakes herself like she was a muffin. Just sitting there, staying all toasty, being all comfy. Hey, Little Barn Cat. Come bearing gifts?
And I enjoy watching the farm life. It's something totally different than motorcycle content or video game content or iRacing. It's kind of a relaxing channel for me to watch. Something totally different, yet at the same time seems familiar to me here in Pennsylvania. As I watched his videos over the years, I really enjoyed it, would want to support him as much as I could. Unfortunately, I've never been able to buy anything because his stuff sells out so quickly. Be it a tallow candle, his eggs. I'm not really interested in buying geese or anything like that. So as much as I want to go to the farm, he did make it very clear to people that the farm is not open to the public. That being said, in one of the many videos he mentioned, or maybe even one of the farm, he does a farm meeting every month. He mentioned that goose eggs would be for sale at the local cafe, the Peacham Cafe. Because of this, I was interested. I said, you know, that'd be a cool place to go one day. My original plans were to go to Peacham on my Mount Washington trip, since I was up all the way in the New England area. Unfortunately, rain had stopped me from doing that. But with the BMW MoA rally in Essex Junction, Vermont, I had decided, okay, this is the time I'm gonna finally get a goose egg omelet. I put up a ride on the Lehigh Valley Beamers meetup page. And it wasn't just to go to Peacham, there were some other stops. I know I was gonna be doing some Coddiwompling. There were several covered bridges that I was interested in. Luckily, pretty much my Coddywomple mentor, Terrence, he was joining me, so he was able to help me and even found some extra stuff that I would have missed. But me, him, and James ended up going on a nice long trip to Peacham, Vermont. As I mentioned, I did go by numerous covered bridges. I picked those up for the Coddywomple, which has been a big help right now in my Coddywomple stats. The covered bridges are much higher than anything else. They're almost half of my stops this year. And I got to see some really interesting ones. My personal favorite one on this particular ride was the Fischer covered bridge. And this is unlike anything I have ever seen in the state of Pennsylvania, though there is one being built. The Fischer covered bridge is famous for being, at when it was originally built, a railroad covered bridge. Why? I don't know, but it is much larger than anything else that I have seen. I've never seen, when I mean large, I mean tall and wide. Lengthwise, the covered bridge is on the normal end. It's not like a multi-spanning bridge, but it is a very large, tall, covered bridge. And now it is now part of a rail trail system, so it's no longer used for rail. But it was interesting to see what a rail covered bridge was like, and they did exist, and they are extremely rare. So I got a rare covered bridge, but it was in very good shape, and for the locals, they have an awesome covered bridge to take a look at when they go on their walks or bike rides. In March of 2026, membership month for the BMW MoA, I was lucky enough to win a free ticket for the rally. I had already purchased my ticket. They pulled my name out of a hat, said, "Mr. Ross, you are getting a free trip to, well, you're getting a free ticket for the rally. And, you know, hey, what are you going to do when you're there?" And I was very nice and I said, you know, I want to go. One of the things I said publicly was, I want to go to the Peacham Cafe and get a goose egg omelet. And I wanted to stick to my word. There were a couple other ideas for this trip. Maybe go up to Montreal. I wanted to see the F1 track, or go to La Ronde, the amusement park up there. But for me, the one thing that I really wasn't going to change was go and see the Peacham Cafe. Go and get that goose egg omelet. So that's what I did, and that's why I put that meeting up on Meetup. And I'm glad I did, and I'm glad some other people joined me, because it was a better experience with them riding with me. It wasn't a long ride there. I mean, we took plenty of stops, picked up some Coddiwompling, relaxed. As the time went on, I was definitely getting hangry, and I was skipping a couple of things, like I know I skipped a covered bridge. But on my way there, you know, we ended up making it there within about 2.5 hours. We left at 7, maybe 3 hours. We got there around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And it was so nice riding through different areas. We were riding, you know, we were riding on some really great back roads that were just beautiful. At one point, and I was a little worried about Terrence, because he didn't have a GS or a Ducati that was capable of doing off-road riding. He ended up doing just fine. The dirt roads in Vermont are totally different than the dirt roads in Pennsylvania. Yes, there are some that are washed out, but for the most part, the ones in Vermont were hard packed and just really good. We ended up going through some small towns, ended up, like I said, going on dirt roads, ended up in the middle of nowhere a couple of times, but for the most part, it was a great ride there. On our way to Peacham, the last part was a lot of dirt road, and then at the very, very end, it was just such a pretty ride through these small towns. And we finally made it to the little town of Peacham. And Peacham, it was everything I expected. The way that Morgan talks about his little town, I was very impressed with it, you know, for what it was. And it was so nice to be there and actually getting to see some places that he goes, some small businesses he supports. And that's the nice thing about the whole state of Vermont. Very small business oriented, and everybody helps each other for the most part. When we arrived, the staff was so friendly, incredibly friendly staff, very well kept, and you have a nice seating area up above, you have seating down below, you have seating outside. We were thinking about getting some seating outside. There's a family out there, we didn't want to bother them. So we ended up eating inside, but it was so nice, and the coffee was great. The coffee was amazing. I needed more coffee that morning, obviously. And on top of that, the food was good. But here's one caveat. I had been talking about a goose egg omelet for months, if not years, and there were no goose eggs. Morgan did not get any goose eggs up there that weekend. I think it was coming the next day. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. But the food I got was great. It was a great meal, and everybody was happy with the food. One other note is with my wife, she said, hey, I want you to give me something, you know, from Vermont. No cheese because you keep getting cheese from the local farm, you know, here in Pennsylvania. So I honored that. There is a gift store. There's like a nice little shop full of knickknacks and stuff. They have Vermont maple syrup. So I did get some maple syrup for her right next to the Peacham Cafe. So after the cafe and the little gift shop, we did end up going to continue our ride back to Essex Junction, and we didn't make a stop because I wanted to respect Morgan's privacy, but a quick ride by Goldshaw Farm, and it was so quick I didn't even realize it was there. It looks a little bit bigger, a little bit different on YouTube, but you know, a quick look up, saw that I was riding right by it and kept going. For the rest of the trip, we kept it simple. I did get lost at one point. There was an issue with GPS. It wanted to take us down a really bad dirt road. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that. So we ended up just staying on a highway, picked up a couple Coddiwompling points with some highways, and then ended up going to Ben & Jerry's. And that's where we had a good conversation with some fellow BMW members. And then after that, we ended up at Frank's BMW dealership in Essex, Vermont. Very nice place, very small, but well kept, and really good to know next time I'm up there in the Vermont area. All in all, it was a great ride. I'm glad I did this ride instead of going to Montreal. As much as I would love to go to Montreal and check out the F1 track, I think this was a better choice. It was a great day. We put about 250 miles down and got to see some sights, got a ton of Coddiwompling points. So all in all, this is one of the best loops I did at a BMW MoA rally. It was actually the only one I did for 2026. I did some in 2025, but I was very happy and looking forward to riding with the guys. And I want to thank Terrence and James for going with me and supporting me on this ride, and look forward to riding with them in the future. If you did like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I'd like to do more, hey, I finally checked off something on a list rides. But if you do like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.